Hi everyone, happy Friday. It is June 5th, 2026, and I am having some epiphanies about a lot of different topics. This past week, there have been topics coming up that are pretty profound that I want to just check in and share with all of you, all of my lovely followers. So I'm just going to wait for everyone to kind of hop on. Hey, Bruce, thanks for joining. So spiritual topics coming up this week for everyone. I just want to encourage you to put your questions in the chat below. And if you have anything that you want to ask, any spiritual questions, any topics, keep in mind that this is public and you might want to kind of keep some things private. This will be posted to my YouTube channel as well. So I just want to, encourage you to put in like a question. So examples of questions can be what our loved ones are up to, what happens after we cross over. One of the topics that I find really fascinating is around babies, and we'll call it embryos and fetuses that don't necessarily come to fruition, that don't, sometimes they're not born, and it could be for different reasons. It could be for a miscarriage, could be from an abortion, it could be from like a fluke incident. But these things are topics that I studied intensely during COVID, and I even did a bunch of, we'll call it experimental readings, just to gain more insight on what happens. So that's an interesting topic if anyone is curious about. Stay tuned. I'll do another separate talk specifically about that so that the right people are on the chat. So hi Sherry, thanks for joining. So I've got some messages coming in more about boundaries. Okay, so boundaries are a huge topic of concern in this time of year. A lot of people are going through situations that require a lot of energy toward other people in their lives right now. In the summertime, it's like the perfect time to focus on ourselves, to focus on our spiritual body, our physical body, our emotional body, mostly our physical body. And interestingly enough, it is probably the most difficult to do that because people are trying to enjoy themselves. You know, the drinks that we have, the foods that we have, they're not so healthy, are they? But this is the time of sunshine and green and things growing and green food and people gathering. So there is a level of balance that needs to take place so that our physical body, our emotional body, our spiritual body are not getting drained from, we'll call it overliving during this time of year. Here in Canada, when it's warmer, we want to really experience life. Like we want to go out, we want to have fun, we want to enjoy our family, our friends, and with that comes inflammatory drinks and foods and habits that are not necessarily so good for our physical body. So having some boundaries around that and taking in whole foods and nutrition and healthier drink options are definitely things that we can kind of be subconscious about, mentally aware about. But the boundaries that I'm talking about are more on an energy level. So there's been a lot of energies around me, around my clients, people that I connect with about boundaries. And that means being okay with saying no. That's okay with sharing perhaps a connection with someone else that can help that other person rather than everything being on your shoulders. but it's asking for help from the spirit world, okay? And it's being okay with saying no. So these are things that are kind of a big deal, because we love our family, we love our friends, we want them to be happy, we want them to be okay. And it's hard to say no. So this comes up, a lot of times this comes up with people that are needing to fill up their own bucket by helping someone else. It can happen with people-pleasing personalities, of someone who as a child was shown if they're perfect and they do everything right, then they'll be loved. So there's a level of, oh, I almost swore, of not caring what other people think so that you can have more happiness for yourself. So that's huge. I want to encourage you to care less about what other people are thinking and care more about how you're making your own self feel within your own consciousness. Because that's a big deal, a big, big deal. How we make ourselves feel with our thoughts, with our words, with our actions toward ourselves. That's where the ripple effect starts. It's like you drop a stone in the water and it makes these ripple effects. And that can be from, if you're swearing to yourself in your head, like, oh, you so-and-so, you forgot blah, blah, blah. Like, is that necessary? Would you talk to a 6-year-old like that? I want to encourage you to talk to yourself like you're talking to a 6-year-old version of you. Super sweet, super nice, okay? That's a boundary that's called an emotional boundary, but that's with your own self. And if we're crossing that emotional boundary all the time, then chances are it's going to come out of your mouth the same way that it's coming into your consciousness. And then accidentally it hits somebody that we really love. And then we feel bad. So I want to encourage you to speak to yourself with love. Speak outwardly with respect. It's both. It's inward respect and it's outward respect. And if neither of those exist, then you're not going to get respect back. Okay? We have to respect ourselves, speak it out loud, and then it's like a boomerang. Whatever we throw out will come back to us. And the most important message of all this Friday is to remember the golden rule. Yeah, that's to treat people the way you want to be treated. But more importantly, it's to treat yourself the way that you want to be treated by others. And that all happens in here. Yeah. So I've got a man here in the spirit world who has been standing here since I started talking about boundaries. And he feels fatherly. There's a very strong fatherly connection. He is giving me this very intense feeling in my heart, and he goes like this, which for me is broken. Feels like a broken feeling. So he's acknowledging relationship, connection, communication. He goes like this. This usually means I didn't get to say goodbye, but he's acknowledging some communication issues that were not so great in the past. And it's like a ripple effect into the present. That has rippled into your present now with people around you now. And he's acknowledging with a lot of responsibility how his actions or inactions have affected where you are today. And I want to encourage you to be aware of what needs to happen and to do it, even though it's uncomfortable. Like for me, it's not comfortable for me to hop on and do a Facebook Live. But I know that my words of love are needed, and I've got to push past my own, any uncomfortable feelings and just show up, even though it's not, I'd much rather just chill out and scroll on my phone, but I've got things to do. Anyway, I'm just giving an example of when we want to do something else other than what needs to be done. Hey, Eleanor, thanks for hopping on. I'm not sure if I'm able to see chats, but I am waiting for someone to say something. If there's any way for someone to type like, hey, how's it going in the chat, that would be great, because I am not seeing any chats. So I will wait patiently. Now, I wanted to also acknowledge this man in the spirit world, because for some reason there's two signs that come through for him. I get this feeling of electricity, but I also feel like I can smell. I smell like a cologne smell. I have this like feeling like I can smell something. And there's this feeling of like flickering lights. Oh, thanks, Eleanor. Okay, chat is working. Appreciate it. So there's a feeling of scents coming through. Like if you ever catch a whiff of like a random cologne, but it could also be something really common. Like, for example, I associate this gentleman, for me, it reminds me of my grandfather. And my grandfather had this like aftershave smell. Sometimes he smelled like a fresh cigarette smell. Sometimes you might get like a waft of either coming from someone that's living, that's beside you physically. But that can be a sign from him, just trying to make that intersection of synchronicity happen, so that you know that you're loved and protected and supported emotionally in the present. Happy Friday, Stephanie. Hey, Mary. Thank you for joining. Yeah, the format on Facebook is a little bit weird because it's inside of my private group. So thank you for being here. I've had a lot of copycat people on Facebook, and so therefore it's in my private chat so that there's no copying happening. If anyone copies me, they're in my private group. I can find them easier. Anyway, that's what kept me from doing Facebook Lives in the past, was this like copycat issue. Anyway, aside from that, there's also a woman in the spirit world coming through, and she has this grandmotherly vibe. I keep thinking about cream cheese and cucumber sandwiches, or like those smoked salmon cucumber sandwiches. Kind of reminds me of my mother-in-law, my late mother-in-law. So yeah, if anyone associates a memory with eating, it could be smoked cucumber, what is it, the Philadelphia sushi, or it could be something that's like smoked salmon on top of something. I know she used to make these really yummy little appetizers with like smoked salmon and a little bit of capers. So yummy and cute. So there's this feeling coming through from this woman. It feels like her energy feels strong, supportive, diligent, intelligent, very insightful, very supportive emotionally. She's giving me a lot of feelings of empathy toward your current situation in your personal life and your family dynamics. In particular, any sort of like tensions happening with family members around you. There is encouragement to, again, be respectful with your words, with your actions. And there's a feeling of joy and lightness when younger family members are mentioned, like children, grandchildren. I have this feeling from her, and she shows me that emoji with like a happy face with the stars in their eyes. She's just saying how much she loves all of her, we'll call it legacies. Each person is like a legacy because it's like a piece of her. So she is coming through with a lot of feelings of compassion and support and encouragement to create memories together. This is perfect memory making time. Something that comes through, maybe it's more for me, but I have this feeling like right now is the perfect time to play, to have fun. And it could be as simple as going to the park and bringing a ball and kicking it around with some of your younger family members and just spending some time on purpose, making memories with family. That's something that I want to do. I want to teach my boys how to kick a soccer ball the way that I used to when I was 17, playing midfield and running all over the place, trying to get the ball to go a certain way. And, you know, that's a really good metaphor for life, how we have to put extra effort into the things that we want to achieve and accomplish, just like we would when we're playing like a soccer game, that we have to really go after what we want. And it's not like we're doing it with aggression, although soccer vibes are definitely a little more aggressive, but it's more like we're taking on the energy of a lion and a bear and an eagle and all of the very powerful energies that come from the spirit world, from animal spirit guides that can match up to you right now just with your intention. Okay, so if you send out an intention of, I would really like a bear and an eagle and a lion to merge with my spirit to bring on leadership and family vibes and connection and determination, those animal spirit guides will hear you and they will support you spiritually and emotionally so that you can accomplish the goals that you want to achieve. So that support is available to you from the spirit world, and all you have to do is ask for it in your mind. So I am getting someone trying to call me on what while I'm doing a Facebook Live. Sorry about that. There's a message coming through about this little guy. This is a little cardinal. This is a really beautiful spirit sign from the spirit world. This is like a little wooden carving. Isn't that delicate? So cute. Those little feet. Cute little feet. So I have this cute little guy who is trying to tell you, listen to me when I play a song. If you hear a song on the radio and it reminds you of somebody, or there's like a phrase inside of that resonates with you, that's a sign from the spirit world. It's like they're trying to give you whispers to move you on and encourage you to move forward and to be brave and proud of yourself. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. Happy Friday. So yeah, actually legit cardinals, actual cardinals are of course a real sign, but I just wanted to bring that up because that's how the spirit world talks to us. It's through signs, it's through symbols and images. And this beautiful feather here is another lovely sign. This is a sign that your angels are watching over you, that you are supported, that you are loved, that you're going to get through this, that everything's going to be okay. But you've got to take those steps toward making it okay. Yeah. Now, there is a really neat, interesting exercise that you can do. This is a turkey tail feather. And your aura, so this picture behind me, this is a picture that I painted. I'll just give you a little synopsis. This is a beautiful aura. These little gray spots in the painting are representative of stress, okay? Usually stress shows up as gray. Now, if you have a large feather, or if you want to buy a large feather, I encourage you to do so. This is how you clear your aura, okay? You want to have an intention of clearing your aura first, and then you connect to the spirit world in your mind, in your soul, you feel it, and you ask for cleansing. And then you simply focus on a feeling of white light and love. So this white light feeling, this loving feeling, you're going to take deep breaths, and you're going to take the feather, just going to move back here, and you're just going to sort of like move down in slow motion. And you go from the top, you go from the sides, and you're just fluffing, you're just dusting off. And you imagine this white light cleansing, and you go above you, behind you, and on the sides of you. And this removes gunk. It removes the stuck stuff. This, plus a little spritz of essential oils, is perfect for a really nice, quick and easy physical cleansing, spiritual cleansing of your aura. Well, I say physical because you're using physical objects to clear the subconscious. Yeah, really, really easy visualization exercise to do with that is to imagine like a white light of love, just like a shower, basically rinsing off all the stress, all the extra heavy feelings. And then if you have a lot of stuff going on, you can also visualize a magnet at your feet, pulling all the negativity from your body, from your soul, from your aura, from your chakras. And all of this negative energy goes into this magnet at your feet, while simultaneously this white light is just washing through your body and around your aura. Very peaceful. And then once you're finished, you ask Mother Earth to transform and transmute this magnet. And you just imagine it dropping down into the earth, and you send gratitude. And that is a lovely exercise to cleanse your aura quickly. You can do that at the end of the day. You can do it in your car. You can do it after you've had a connection with somebody. You can do it after you've been in an antique store and there's a lot of heavy energies. You can do it after you've talked to somebody that's made you feel not so great. Really good exercise for all of that stuff, especially when you've been in a chaotic environment and you just need to relax and release. So I want to thank all of you for listening and let you know that I appreciate you and that I am available for private readings over the summer. I have a special running. It's a summer soul special, and it's 30 minutes on the phone, and I record your session and send it to you afterward through WhatsApp. And you can talk to your loved ones in the spirit world. We can talk about what's happening around you. So my gift, my special gift, is to be able to feel your feelings. Like I can go into anyone's consciousness and see how they're feeling about themselves, about their life, and about every single topic in their life. And as an emotional empath, I'm able to blend with people's consciousness and see how they're feeling. And then with that, as a picture, I also feel what is their best possible future? What does that look like? What are the steps to take? Who are they interacting with, and what needs to happen to get there? That's what I focus on. And then I also talk to your loved ones in the spirit world, and I let them come through to give guidance and love on your best possible future as well. And sometimes there needs to be some emotional remediation between us and our loved ones in the spirit world, because however they programmed us or however someone made us feel can be affecting where we're at now and where we're at in relationships and where we're at with what we think we deserve with our career and how that's affecting our purpose. And these are huge topics of very important significance that I'm very good at helping with. So if you'd like to sit with me for a 30-minute session, I would love to connect over the summer. I would love to talk. And over the phone is so easy because you can just chill out and, be in your comfy clothes with a cup of tea or whatever. You can be in your backyard and just be peaceful and be comfortable in your own space while receiving an amazing, incredible backup support. So I look forward to connecting with all of you. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, I would love that. And have a wonderful summer. And I hope to see you on my next Facebook Live next Friday at noon. All right. God bless everyone. I hope you have a lovely weekend. And remember, keep your boundaries. Be good to yourself. Try to clear your aura. and eat some healthy whole foods. But have fun. Have fun. Go make some memories. All right. God bless. Bye.